thank you so much for visiting the Mark King Properties YouTube channel, where we talk about all things from how to sell your house quickly, how to sell to a cash buyer, and so much more. Here you'll find videos that are instructional, helpful, and really useful for navigating your way through the ever-changing property market. Make sure you subscribe and also click on the little bell so you don't miss any of our future content. So today I'm going to be sharing the 10 things that you can do to make sure that your house sells quickly in 2021. But of course, if you want to skip the financial strain and the hassle, you can sell to a professional cash buyer like Mark King Properties, who's an expert in buying properties, making sure that you can move on to your next chapter as quickly as possible. Number one is to minimize. Minimizing is a fantastic way to let people entering the property really imagine themselves in that space. They can visualize, they can decide how they would set things up, and it really solidifies their interest. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to check which items were unnecessary and which ones are great to pack away to take into your new home. So any unnecessary items, any unnecessary furniture, store it away in boxes where possible. If you have a garage, that could be super handy to store them in. Just get rid of everything so it's a nice, clean, minimalistic space. We would also suggest that you get rid of any curtains and blinds, especially older looking ones, to make sure that you are inviting as much light into the property as possible. Tip number 2 is to give everything a deep clean. And I don't just mean push a vacuum round, I mean dedicate some time to go through the house from top to bottom, clean latches, ovens, units. Consider renting or borrowing a steamer just to make sure that you can really get into that deep grime that stains kitchens. Get it as clean and as sparkling as possible. The next room that needs to be appearing at a very high standard is the bathroom. So we would suggest, again, giving it a deep down clean and doing odd jobs like making sure that around the bath it's been resealed and resiliconed, any black spots are removed, the shower head is clean, the sink and taps are clean. Again, removing nets and curtains to allow a lot of light to come into the space. The next one is a little bit more cleaning for you guys, and it's one of my favorite parts of cleaning, and it is carpet and upholstery cleaning. Now, you don't have to run out and buy anything special. You can rent really great carpet cleaners. Carpet cleaners make such a difference because not only do they lift the pile and make it look nice and fresh, but also it gets out the nice vibrancy of the pile of the carpet. It looks beautiful and fresh, and of course it eliminates odors as well, especially if you have children and pets. If you are choosing to replace the carpets, if they're kind of beyond repair, we would suggest going for neutral tones like a light and soft grey, not forgetting the soft furnishings as well, so any scatter cushions, any upholstery that you want to clean, again, just to make the home feel fresh, hygienic and inviting. Decor is quite dated, there is nothing really better than going in there and giving it a nice bright white cream neutral feel. We would suggest a white emulsion or a magnolia emulsion. Light and bright colours add to a gorgeous aesthetic, and they will fit in with most people's aspirations when it comes to decorating their home. You don't necessarily want to go for a white or plain cream emulsion. You can go for something like a light tone grey. We find that that colour is very, very popular. Also, don't forget, while that roller is out, to do your ceilings and your skirting boards and woodwork as well. And we would suggest using a satin instead of a gloss. And the reason for that is because it hides imperfections. It's also worth checking out the vinyl situation. If you have it in the kitchen or the bathroom, make sure it's as clean as possible, or if it needs replacing, it's a small job that you will most likely make back when you sell the property on. The next thing we like to suggest is to check out the finer details. So things like cleaning the windowsills, resealing the window, clean door handles, air and ventilate the space. You want it to smell as fresh as possible so that all the windows open and close, and that they have keys on the windowsill ready to go should they want to check something like that, because it's very important that all the keys and doors work in the house. So check the handles, check the doors, check the locks. Finer details are key. Next is one of the most important things when it comes to wanting to sell your house quickly. First thing you notice when you walk up to any property is the outside situation. You could get rid of things like any unwanted toys in the garden, make sure that you've mowed the lawn. You could perhaps put some flowers and planters around, a nice doormat, just small attentions to detail that will make all the difference. Cleaning the front door, cleaning the windows on the outside, cleaning the driveway. You could borrow or hire a pressure washer because they bring up driveways in front of the house like new. We would also suggest some general maintenance like checking the gutters, making sure that they're all clear. And also, of course, any wheelie bins that you have, try and get them in a different space where they're not visual and in public view. Another thing that makes a massive difference on the front of the house is if you have fascia on the front, you could get a team of people to come in and give that a deep clean for you. With a pressure washer, you just put some all-purpose cleaner in there and it brings things up like new. Founder of Mark King Properties actually has a personal recommendation. This is G101. Typically it's used in the automotive trade, but I have been reliably informed it is fantastic and brings them up like new. So now the house looks amazing. It is time to get a head start on paperwork. So anything that you're going to need, like any history of the house, any work that you've had done, gas and electric certificates, anything that has shown how you've cared for the house and any work you've had done is essential, because again, not only does it show that it's been maintained really well, it just adds that element of comfort and security to the buyer. If you find that you haven't really had any recent inspections done, it's something that we would definitely recommend prior to putting the property on the market, because again, it just provides that comfort. And making sure that you do this in advance is just going to make sure that you have those documents in time for potential viewers. When it comes to choosing your conveyancer, solicitors, etc. and your estate agent, it's really important that you really do your research, and we would also suggest you staying offline for this one. There are so many to choose from and online at very, very low prices, and what we would say is don't necessarily go for the cheapest. Spend a little money because you want the work to be of a high standard, you want to make sure that they're regulated, you want to make sure that they have fantastic reviews that are independent, and also you want a point of contact as well. You want somewhere that you can go and hopefully speak to someone face to face that you can ask any questions to. It's so, so important. So we would definitely say do your research, but try and stay local that can give you that personal touch. Once you've engaged and you've chosen your estate agent, let them do their job. So what I mean by this is let them do the negotiations, let them be the buffer. They could perhaps say something like, our circumstances have changed and when we were going to pay cash, now we're not able to do so, so we need to get a mortgage. All of these things will then delay the process and actually mean time and money for you. So avoid meeting them, let the estate agents do their job and be the negotiator. Those are our top 10 tips for making sure that your property sells quickly in 2021. But of course, if you want to skip the hassle and you want to get a fair cash offer for your house, please check out the Mark King Properties website and the link. I'll leave everything in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next video.